Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to yet another class of science. So children, we will be continuing the same chapter, that is fiber to fabric. Fine. And the topic which we are going to discuss and learn is spinning of yarn and how fibers are converted to fabric. Fine. So before that, let us recall what we have done in the previous class. Yes. So, in the previous class, we have discussed that cotton is grown in black soil and warm climate. Then, cotton is grown in the field and they bear fruits called cotton balls. So, when the cotton balls mature, they open and expose the fibers. So, the fibers are collected and then it is sent for ginning or the removal of the seed. Fine. Then jute is grown in warm and humid climate. We get jute from the stem of the plant. So jute is also cultivated in the field and then it is harvested at the flowering stage. Yes, and then it is left in water for few days for wetting, and after that the fibers from the stem is removed and it is spun into yarn. Fine. So this is what we have learned in the previous class. So in today's class we will be learning about spinning and preparing fabric from yarn. So what are the objectives? That means after today's class, what will you be able to understand and what will you learn? You will understand how yarn is spun and you will learn the process of obtaining fabric from yarn. Fine? Okay. Now look at this. This is how we get the cotton fabric from the fiber. So first, what is done after cultivation? The balls are mature and then the balls burst and the fiber is collected usually by hand picking. After that the seeds are removed, which is called ginning, and then it is spun. So spinning of the fibers can be done with the help of charkha or takli. Yes, so these two instruments or devices are used to spin the fibers, and in large scale it is spin with the help of spinning machine in industries and factories. Now children, do you know that the charkha was popularized by Mahatma Gandhi as a part of the independence movement of India? He promoted the use of khadi and said to boycott the imported cloth which was made in the mills of Britain. After Mahatma Gandhi promoted and popularized the use of charkha and khadi, the government of India also popularized and promote khadi by forming a body called the Khadi and Village Industries Commission in 1956. Yes. So after the fiber is spun, it is used for weaving and knitting. So weaving and knitting are two main methods to convert the yarn into fabric. So weaving is done with the help of two sets of yarn. The two sets of yarns are interlaced with each other. One set is called warp and another set is called weft. So what is it called? One set of yarn used for weaving is called warp and another set is called weft. Yes, so with the help of these two sets of yarn, the weaving is done and they are interlaced at 90-degree angle. Fine. So in knitting, what happens is only one set of yarn is used. You might have seen the sweaters which you wear and accidentally if a little bit of yarn comes out from any part of the fabric, you will find that you can pull it out and it keeps on coming out. That means that it's only one set of yarn. So in this way, the fibers are converted into fabric, and then it is sent to the shops where we go and buy those fabrics. Let's now see practically how spinning and then weaving and knitting is done. Yes, so it's activity time. Yes, so please concentrate, because one of the activity you need to do and you will be showing me when the school reopens. Yes. Okay, so children, let us start with our activity. Now, I have tried to make a model of a charkha to give an idea that how does a charkha looks like. Fine. So, this is the model of a charkha. And now, when you move the handle of the charkha, you will find that it begins to spin. Fine. So, now I'll just give you an idea how cotton fibers are spun. Fine. So here I have some cotton, and now what you have to do is, these are the fibers. Okay, these are the fibers. Loosen it a little bit, and then with the help of your hand you can twist it. Fine, you can twist it, and as you twist it, pull a little bit. So since you have loosened it, you will find that the fiber will be coming out of this ball easily. Fine. So obviously I am not an expert in spinning now, but the spun yarn will be looking something like this. Okay. Okay, now I am going to show how the cotton fibers can be spun. Fine. So with the help of your fingers, twist it a little bit, pull the fiber a little bit, and then twist it. Okay. Since I am not an expert in doing this, so the fibers has become little bit thicker, but those who are professionals, they make it very nicely and they make very thin strands of it. So now what you have to do, it is winded around this, and then the charkha is turned in order to wind. So slowly you'll see that the fiber from the cotton will be spun. Fine. So the spinning is done in this way. Okay. Now the next activity is the weaving activity. Fine. So I have already weaved a little bit to demonstrate it. Yes, so I have little bit weaved. So this will be your activity. You will also be weaving with the help of wool yarn. Fine. So what you need to do is, I'll show you the method. What you need to do is, first you need to take a cardboard. Fine. And then you have to cut the edges of the cardboard on both sides. Fine. So in the both side you have to cut the edges, not completely. A little bit of slit has to be given. Fine. And the slit should be in equal distances. Fine. So that means if you have slitted the first point here, then the second point should come after, say, 0.5 centimeter. So in every 0.5 centimeter put a cut. Yes, so make a cut or make a slit and then do it completely. So I'll show you a little bit on both sides. This side already I have done it, so this side I am doing it. Fine. So just a slight slit, and remember that the slit which you have done in one side should match the slit which will be done on the other side. So it should be straight. The two slits in the opposite side should be straight and it should be completely opposite to each other. Otherwise you cannot do the weaving. Fine. So completely cut it. Yes, you can take. I have taken the box of Munch. Yes, so you can take any box and cut out the hard paper. Fine. So I have already cut. After that, what you need to do is you need to take wool yarn. Fine. So wool yarn, I have taken this wool yarn so that we can complete the weaving little bit faster, because these are little bit thicker yarn. So you can take cotton yarn also, but it will take a little bit of more time. So to lessen the time, I have taken the wool yarn. Fine. So now what you will do is the slits which you have cut. Fine. So what you'll do, you will put the yarn, put one set of yarn inside the slit. Fine, the first slit, and you will leave this much of yarn outside. Okay, then after that you will take it to the slit of the opposite side. Fine, put it inside, and then again from the slit of the second side you will be taking it out like this. Okay, you will be taking it out like this, and then go to the second slit on the top. Then from the top third slit, bring it out. Fine, and go to the third slit of the opposite side, that means the bottom part, and then from the fourth slit of the bottom part, take it out and slowly put it in the fifth slit and go on with this. Yes, continue with this. Fine, continue with this till the end. Fine, continue with this till the end. Okay, and this way you'll be continuing it. Okay, and this, I have said that two sets of yarns are used for weaving. So this set of yarn is called the warp. Okay, this set of yarn is called the warp. Okay, so fine, you will be completing this till the end. So to complete it little bit faster, take a small piece of cardboard. Okay children, I have completed the wrapping of the warp, and now it will look something like this. Yes, not something like this, it will look like this. Okay, but remember that you should not wind the yarn around the cardboard. Yes, you have to, this side on back, the back side of the cardboard should be plain. No yarn is there. The yarn is only in one side. Okay, the yarn is only in one side. There should be no yarn on the back side. Fine. So now after completing it, as you have left a little bit of yarn in the beginning, yes, in the first slit, similarly when you end the last slit, yes, when you put the warp in the last slit, yes, you also leave a little bit of yarn. Fine. So later you'll know what to do with this. Okay. Now next what you need to do is you need to take a hair clip, fine, hairpin, okay, and then with the help of sellotape, just close or just put the tips of the clips together. Fine, tips of the clips together, and now this has become the needle which will take the weft around the warp. Fine. So with the help of this pin, you will be able to interlace the weft around the warp. Fine. And then tie another set of yarn. Fine. Another set of yarn to the loop of this. Okay children, so now I'll show you how to put the second set of yarn. Fine. So what you'll do, you'll start from one side and take the needle from below one of the thread or yarn, and then from top of the second one, then from under the third one, top of the fourth, under the fifth, top of the sixth, under the seventh one. Yes, then again you can pull it out. No problem with this. You can pull it out if you find it difficult to do the whole thing together. Yes, so after pulling it out, what you do is, the thread which you have left in the first slit, tie it together with the second set of yarn. Okay, so that it does not comes out. Fine. So tie it. Okay, so let's continue now. So I have taken it under this one. Now from top, again under, from top, again under, top, under, pull it out. Okay, pull it out, again start it. This time top, under, and top, under. That means in every alternate threads you have to put. That means if under one yarn you have put it under one yarn, you have to take it from the top from the other yarn. Fine. So, and then after that, with the help of this needle, you will be pushing it. Okay, now turn this. So here you have ended. And the yarn is going from the top of the warp. So the weft is going from the top of the warp. So now next time when you turn back, you will be going from under this weft, and next one from top, then under, top, under, top, under, top, and complete it. Okay, pull it out and then complete it. Fine. So remember that you don't have to pull it very tightly. Fine, otherwise it will come out. So after finishing it, you can pull it. It will be quite strong. Fine. So let's continue the second round. From top it went, then under, top, under, top, under, top, under, and this is what we are going to get. Okay, don't forget to push it. After pulling it out from the other end, push it towards the first line. Okay, so here you can see a little bit of weaving has been already done. So I have a sample. Already I have done a little bit of it. Okay, now I'll show you how to end and remove the weaved fabric from the cardboard. Okay, so now what you do is remove the yarns from the slits. Fine, remove the yarns from the slit slowly as I am removing it. Okay, one side already I have removed and second side will be removed easily. Can be removed easily, just pull out. Okay, done. Fine. So now what you do is, means like I have weaved only half, so it's little bit loose, but when you weave it till the end. Okay, so to demonstrate I have weaved a little bit. Now the end one you'll be tying this too. So that means at the first when you bring the weft, you will tie it once with the warp, and at the end when you finish it, you will tie it for the second time. Okay, for the second time you will tie it, and this is ready. So the weaved fabric is ready. Fine. So this is how weaving is done. So this will be an activity for you. So whenever you get time, you can do it little by little, and then you complete it by the time the school reopens, and all of you have to submit this to me. Okay. Okay children, these are the knitting needles, and now let's see how knitting is done. Fine. So you need 2 knitting needles, and you have to take only one set of yarn. Fine. So you have to use only one set of yarn and do the knitting. Okay, so you'll complete the whole line. Start it from one end and you'll complete the whole line. Of course children, you don't need to do this, only the weaving activity will be done by you. So this is only to demonstrate how knitting is done. Okay, now let me finish this one quickly, and I'll show you one more thing about knitting. Since only one set of yarn is used, you can also pull out the yarn very easily. Okay, so I have finished this. Now I remove this from the needles, and now see this. If I pull out the yarn, you'll find that it will come out very easily, and you can see that it's only made up of only one set of yarn. Fine. So this is how knitting is done. So children, I think that you have understood how spinning, weaving and knitting is done. Fine. So you have seen it practically also, how the charkha looks like, and then how weaving is done, how knitting is done. Fine. So the weaving part you need to do it. Okay. So let us now summarize what we have learned. The process of making yarn from fibers is called spinning. Then simple devices like charkha and takli are used for spinning. After spinning, the yarns are used for making fabrics. 2 main processes are there for making fabrics, that is weaving and knitting. 2 sets of yarns are used to weave. The 2 sets are interlaced in 90 degree. Fine. Then one set of yarn is used for knitting, and weaving and knitting are used for making different kinds of fabrics. Fine. So this is what we have for today. So till the next class, thank you and have a nice day.